All right, I am live. Let me see if I can find the chat here. Good evening, everybody. Let's make sure we're getting out the other side here. There we go. Why that picture's so washed out over there. All right. Let me turn that down over here. And good evening, everybody. Wait a couple minutes till the chat populates. It's been an interesting night on YouTube. It never fails to impress, sometimes very positively and sometimes very negatively on here. And glad to see everybody in here, and those that will watch later will be Hector. Buenos noches, Hector. Saw your butt. How you doing, JB Shamay? Good to see you this evening. And yeah, this damn thing is so bright, huh? See if we can tone that down a bit. There we go. Hey, Hi Watch, how are you? Dalai Lamas, I love that name. Dalai Lamas tea, huh? I'm not a tea drinker, but it sounds like something you would expect to see on the menu at a fancy tea house, huh? What's up, John? Buenos noches. Good evening from Oklahoma. How you doing, Jeannie Marie? I don't know why I got that damn thing shining in my face tonight. Yeah, I got the Elvira hood rat look going on tonight. Winky, how you doing, baby? It's been a hell of a day, man. I just feel like we're going into a scary power dive on planet Earth, man. I'm just saying. Yeah, people telling me I look like Elvira. Hey, Joey D. Waiting for Karma. I love that name. Stony Jenkins. Good to see you. Vivian. Hello. Good to see you. Um, I've been indulging my guilty pleasure of watching old episodes of Kitchen Nightmare with Gordon Ramsay. So I have a lot of that on the brain. I have this urge to just F bomb everything. Hey, cute kitty. Done cooking hamburger noodle casserole. It turned out good. What's up, Joni? I'm starting a trans channel called Lavender Blue. Okay, good. Hope that works out for you, Joni. Excellent. Hey, Ma Teresa. I wish you the best. Hello, absurdity. Um, I don't know. Somebody said I'm starting to look like some kind of street thug, gang girl now. Reza, I've had better nights. How are you doing? Good to see you, Cheryl S., my lovely moderators. Yeah, I love a bit of Ramsey, but now I have this urge to just F-bomb everything I see all day long. So I've got to kind of decompress and go back to my Shirley Temple movies or something from the 1930s and kind of get equalized on the other side of the equation. Tammy, how you doing tonight? I wasn't sure if I was going to go live. I did have to put a couple hours in work. I'm trying to kind of front load my work so I can be helping the boss next week. Yeah, I feel like a gang girl and wearing all black and everything, right? I should feel like I should be sitting on the back of a bitch seat or something. But interesting day. Definitely felt the rattling of an earthquake today, and that was a little bit spooky. About a 3.5 here in this area. And I think down Joey D's way too, and where Johnny lives down there, we're always getting rattles of earthquakes and things like that. I hope the big one's not. I mean, it wouldn't. Would it shock you? Right? Would it shock you if they finally leveled Santa Rosa once and for all? They did it in 1906, the Great San Francisco earthquake, which per capita Santa Rosa was totally destroyed in that earthquake. More per capita loss of life and everything, but of course it got overshadowed with events when all the water mains were broken and gas pipes were broken and there was gas and fire and everything going on down there. So looked like a chola. There we go. Hey, Blue Shop Towels, how are you? Yeah, Earth moved for me. Yeah, lucky, but not in the way that you kind of like. But sometimes that can be a precursor to a bigger event coming. And I hate to live on fault lines, and I'm only I want to say 15 miles from the San Andreas fault. and then they have perpendicular and some parallel and perpendicular fault lines. And we're basically, the rancho sits right on the what's called the Rogers Creek fault line here. Lucky me. Lucky me, you like the dark clothes juxtaposition. Yeah, I've been getting the share comments, the Elvira comments, you've been looking like a real bitch girl lately, a gang member and everything else. Hey Jody, how you doing? Good to see you. You lived in the East Bay in '89. Boy, I bet you felt that. Yeah, the Hayward Fault, the Rogers Creek Fault, and yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna be in the mosh pit, guys. Handle me gently. Don't be grabbing the headlights, okay? Let's be nice out there. Motley Crue. What was the biggest earthquake in August of 2014? Believe Missy Jan had been April, May, June, July. She'd been here 4 months, and I have a video on an August morning called "Earthquake Strikes the Rancho," and that was like I don't know, it was like a 5 point something or something like that. It was really something. I mean, we heard transformers blowing up and sparking, and it was a pretty wild night. I've been in a lot of earthquakes, though. You guys know I was in L.A. When was that? August, September. Hey, Sugarcane, how you doing, baby doll? What was that, Cheryl? I was August or September. I was in or October. I was in L.A. and we got hit by an earthquake down there. So I'm kind of used to them. You had a 4.8. Yeah, I'm doing well, Jody. Um, I always said it before. I really firmly believe, forget about hood rats and crime and stuff like that. Geographically, topographically, I think this, and climatologically, you'll never convince me this is not the most dangerous place in the world to live. And the irony of it is that it's also some of the most beautiful countryside on planet Earth, and certainly in America, with all the high dollar vineyards, all the beautiful wineries, an enormous winery industry out here, and all the beauty of the hills, the no snow, the nice weather. We've had a relatively very light, rainy winter. Thank goodness, from my point of view. My friend Janet would curse me for that. She likes a lot of rain in wintertime. I can't stand it. But when you guys think about what I have been through the last, now this has gone into the fourth year, really starting about 2017 with these crazy ass wildfires. 2017, 2018, skipped a year, 2019, 2020. I've had to pack up the van multiple times. Not knowing if the winds are going to drive the fire further in, and then between the earthquakes and that, it's just a bad brew. Yeah, thank you, Quinny. At the 5 minute mark where we were, if it looks to buffer, just refresh your connection. It's some screwed up thing with YouTube. We're so used to it here. I've been on, not YouTube, but Streamlabs. I'm still one of the last people that uses Streamlabs, and for some reason at the 5 minute mark it just farts out, and then it'll come back. What's up, Lion Screw? Indonesia's more dangerous than, I don't know. You got the wildfires down there? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm gonna make a bet. I'm gonna make a bet on that. Good to see you, Quinny. I've been down to Jakarta, and I've not been to Bali and those places. But you need a cold wind? How you doing? I might have a cold wind tonight. It's been absolutely crazy out here, and I've never, yeah, literal demons. So I don't know. That was a little bit rattling today about that. Sometimes that can be a preview of coming attractions. I hope not. Because this city always seems to take a direct hit every time the big boy comes down. This place seems to get smashed to pieces. Blackhearted, good to see you, sweetheart. What an honor to see you in the chat tonight. There's a lot of other things going on out there. Of course, my day got right off on the wrong foot this morning. Why? Because I see the ridiculous news, even though Cheryl said they've always had Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head. To remove Mr. Potato Head is just like another nail in the coffin, right? I'm wiping the tears from my eyes and I'm getting ready to go live. And I'm thinking about all those times as a kid. I put the ears on the nose and the nose on the side of the head and the glasses upside down. And I think I had about 5.2 minutes of fun with Potato Head before that passed that on to a younger kids. Philippines is all right. You have Mount Pinatubo, which erupted and buried Clark Air Force Base. But whatever. Yeah, it was pretty funny, but it's sad at the same time that so many things change in life. But yeah, I tried to make it a little bit funny, and I'm trying to get a little more humor into things, basically because of self-preservation. I'm gonna be honest with you guys tonight, right? Yeah, the Potato Head, and then I remember when I was a kid, somebody put one in the oven, and they started screaming and hollering that the thing melted down. So Mr. Potato Head got a flat tire in the oven, right? That house smelled like hell for a little while. After the pipe loss, it was harsh. Yeah, that was when you would lose that. What's up, Gone? What's going on, Scott? The game was to rearrange the features on Mr. Potato Head, I think, to make him as goofy as you wanted to make him. So, which resulted in us grabbing real potatoes and stabbing ourselves with knives as we tried to take toothpicks and put carrots on it. Disaster. Yeah, will there be funerals for Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head? I don't know. I mean, I never understood the game, right? I don't think I ever played Mousetrap the way it was supposed to be played. Shit, I didn't even waste my time. I just put all the shit together and just launched the ball down the steps and kicked the bucket and the guy diving off the diving board. And I never knew. There was a game? I don't know. Was there a game? I don't know. I never played it. You tried to mash him. Loved his feet bass. The pieces are great for pumpkins. No cut, no cutting. a lot of people, a lot of people won't miss it. So between the earthquake and Mr. Potato Head, it was already fixing to be a lousy, lousy kind of day today. And then the boss is down there. Thank God I'm not down there at his house today. I felt like he was trying to lure me in a couple days ago. Rosie, why don't you just take like a day and come down and do a little looking at the wood for the steps and downstairs? And I could tell he's kind of reeling me in because now he's working on the bathrooms and he had to um, pull the toilets, right? It's like one of the worst jobs is pulling the shitters, right, out of bathrooms. And there's a cardinal rule I forgot to tell him about. Plumbing is not as simple as putting a toilet over a hole, right? You have vent stacks that go up to the roof because you need to equalize the air pressure to have the proper swirling effect so that the waste properly flows down to Australia and everything down there. But you should never really remove two toilets at the same time in your house. Why? Because then you start to create a draft through the open pipes, right? The shitter base pipes, where all of a sudden you're creating a draft where you're actually now starting to pull the gas from from the sewer lines into your house. So he's telling me how the house is stinking like hell. And I'm like, bro, you just better rag that thing and stuff. And you pulled one toilet, you're really not going to get that. Okay, you're not going to have enough draft created. But when you pull multiple toilets, all of a sudden your house is sucking in air here and is going through all the what and coming out. And I don't have to tell you, right? Who's hungry, right? Who wants some KFC? How you doing, Teresa? What's up, Double Shot? Yeah, plumbers are millionaires, and they will be. Sewer gas is gross, but remember, you're supposed to have a trap that's built into the toilet, and you're supposed to rag that stuff. I mean, come on, guys. I put toilets. I look at my videos. I got the damn chain cutter and cut the damn toilet here, and this thing's been in since the '50s, and I'm in a neighborhood of spicy food eaters, right? People that enjoy a little zest in their diet and things, a little salsa and I had to put new piping on it and a new sleeve and all this stuff, and it wasn't really that bad. The worst was out in the Shine Shack. I mean, when Missy Jen first moved here, and I just wrapped up the work on the Shine Shack, the renovation, and um, this we kept smelling. It just smelled like shit when we walked outside, and the vent stack in the toilet. And I had to have them cut into the sewer line down the alley here, and it would come up the vent stack and ooh. I finally had to put some of the closed vent things that only open when you flush the toilet to keep that. Missy Jen's like, what the hell did I move into here? Yeah, I've had better days, Mew. I've had better days. I know it's all gross. I'm not a big fan of plumbing. I'll do it. I'll do PEX plumbing. You've seen me do a lot of videos, a lot of renovation work. One of my videos, how to rough in a shower mixer valve, has well over 500,000 views and continues to be a big video over on the Rosie Murphy channel. So I do try to cut videos that may be helpful once in a while. But plumbing is not my favorite thing. I want Japanese toilet blow up and go wash and rinse. Okay, I don't know that Lisa Marie needs a vent stack, right? Needs a vent stack. Anyway, a lot of people, their vent stacks, birds build nests on top of them or whatever. They get clogged up or whatever, and the toilet doesn't flush. People are like, "What the hell is going on?" Right? Did we plug up? Did we fill up the city sewers? I mean, they got no idea what's. I don't want to get gross on you, right? But you need to have that air balance in your plumbing system, or things don't drain properly. But you guys already knew that. Anyway, donut worry. Okay, you don't have to worry about that. All you have to do is call Roto Rooter. That's the name, and away go troubles down the drain. Roto Rooter. Get your checkbook out. Get the checkbook out. Remember, he and Norm removed toilet, left the stack. Yeah, I don't. Ah, God, mouse toes. Jesus. Ooh. I'm not going to comment. This night's already gone down the shitter. I'm not going to comment it on him anymore. I'm not going to talk about that. Had to pay a fortune when my son flushed Superman underwear in a Hot Wheels. Yeah, and it cost a few bucks. That'll be the most expensive underwear that ever was in the house. That's for damn sure. But I hope that you guys are having a good day. Today we've had a definite taste of spring. I look at the weather forecast, upper 60s, mid 70s, sunny, no rain on the horizon. A very dry winter, which I kind of like because I'm a sunshine girl, right? So I'm pretty happy about that. I worked out and my arms are screaming. I'm going to be back on that next week, Jody. No doubt about that. And I'll have the assault on my ears from the boss, right? Do something. Figure it out, right? It's like, how do we do these corner cuts for this, for the shoe molding? And I don't want to go there, guys. I don't want to have PTSD on that job. But I figured one more week of doing that kind of work, and I'm going to be in the best tip-top shape that I haven't been in like 8 years. So I'm kind of excited for that kind of outcome. The weather's been great. Like I say, it's been a very non-traditional last. I don't know. We haven't had the kind of rain like the winter before I moved here to Santa Rosa, the flooding was so bad that winter. They had the El Nino or whatever, and they were literally on the nightly news. There were houses just sliding down the side of the hills into the Russian River, just being carried. I mean, it was so bad. I mean, we've had some really bad ones, but it's not been too bad. Hey, Jen. Who was your favorite Golden Girl? You know, I never really watched the Golden Girls too much. I've never been a really big consumer of TV. I've always been more of a watcher of movies and things like that, and classic movies. And I know we got to get back to movie night over on the Murphy Channel. I know we will. But I've never been much of a TV series. You know, I mean, some that stand out. I liked Hawaii Five-O. I thought that was outstanding. A little violent for the times, but it was a well done show with great acting. I remember that. As far as, I mean, I watched The Love Boat, that kind of Fantasy Island, that kind of stuff. And but other than that, you know, nothing really stands out in my, you know, I didn't watch The Friends. I look at some Seinfeld. I enjoy Curb Your Enthusiasm, seeing some of those, you know, episodes on YouTube and stuff. So, yeah, I like situated comedies. Yeah, B. Arthur, and I had somebody post that link tonight when B. Arthur was on the Andy Williams show, and of course she was a former Marine, and that was a funny clip of her on the. She was quite the comedian too. Three's Company. Yeah, I was never a really big Chrissy um, gal. You know, I guess I like Janet. I thought she was perky and kind of cute. That was more like I. A lot of guys were hot for Ginger. I was more on the Mary Ann. I thought Mary Ann was kind of more my speed, right? The farm girl. Which stocks do you think will be going up, Joseph? I'm gonna keep this short, sweet, and to the point. Traditionally, through history, there's one thing that's been the most effective through time memorial at popping bubbles, investment bubbles, speculative booms like we've had. Can anybody guess what that one factor is in the chat? The one wild card that through history has been most effective at causing market meltdowns. Now, you may say war. Nope. War is actually very stimulative for investments. 1914, when war was declared in August of 1914, yeah, they shut down the market for a couple months, but the market just embarked on a big bull market. Can anybody think what the hell that is? Well, if you can, it ain't war, all right? It ain't pork bellies. It's not silver. There's one thing that is the enemy of equities. Well, it can be a little bit, oil shocks can do something like that. Well, I'm going to answer rising interest rates. And recently I have seen interest rates have exploded in the 10-year market. They've gone from 1.2%, doesn't sound like a lot, but we broached over 1.6% today, intraday. And people don't know how delicately the market is balanced on very low interest rates. And you've seen the market start to get a little bit rocky. And you got to think to yourself, where did they come from? And I'm going to keep this short, guys, then I'm going to get on to the main event. It's not just my opinion since somebody asked me. Look at soybean prices. Look at a graph of a chart of soybean prices in 2020, 2021. It's going to be an eye-opener for you, okay? Look at the price of copper. Look at the price of oil. Okay, the funny money, we've got bubbling forces of inflation coming up because of all the funny money that's been put into the markets and the economy. A lot of that found its way into the stock market, right? Well, trees don't grow to the sky, and after a while, to start to tamp down inflation and stuff like that, interest rates are going to be going up. And that's spooking a lot of people because look at where they came from. I'll put it this way, I was graduating from college into the 1980-81 recession, which was pretty damn bad, okay? Where rates peaked out at about 18%. I remember money markets were like 13, 14% yields, right? The stock market was flat on its ass at Dow 777 in 1982. Rates came from 18% all the way down over 40 years, all the way down to 0.77 tenths of 1%. They don't last forever, guys. That's 40 years. 40. Okay, and there's no free lunches in terms of prosperity. You can't buy it. So fasten your seatbelts, everybody. Soy is a very important commodity. It's a backbone commodity that goes into a lot of food products, not as a predominant element, but as filler and other things. So the U.S. bombed Syria. I think, yeah, then the D's are in. Well, it's all problems that are stored up. It's all problems that are stored up. But keep an eye on interest rates. We don't know how delicately the market's balanced right now. We don't know how high they have to go to really trigger an event here. You know what I'm saying? Because these things are priced to perfection right now. I mean, a lot of home loans, a lot of homes have been buying and bought, and you start to put rates back up, and you start to take a hell of a lot of people out of the purchase equation on that. What's up, Chef? Yeah, soy is a very important product, right? But look at the price of copper. Look at the price of the other grains, the industrial metals. It's a worldwide, it's a global market, right? Interest rates. Thank you, Rick. That's the only thing that you have to watch is the 10-year rate. Okay, and I've watched that creep up over the last 2 weeks. And today it finally started ringing a few alarm bells on Wall Street. Now, remember, if you buy a 10-year bond at 1% interest, which hundreds of billions of dollars went into that when they were low, if interest rates go up to 2%, guess what? Your bond loses a hell of a lot of value so that the next person gets that 2% yield. Thank you, Midnight. Good to see you. Thank you. Please go back to Cecil. I will. So we're going to leave that. Lumber's high, all that stuff. It's a global market, right? And the United States has to compete for commodities just like every other economy in the world. So let's just leave it at that. Some are in a much better position than we are in. But, well, GTB, it's kind of almost inevitable, right? Anytime the carrying cost of something increases, the capital value of it goes down accordingly. All right? Meaning if interest rates go up, of course, home prices begin to go down, even in the face of inflation, because you undercut the purchasing power of people that have good credit and can now afford a higher interest rates. 7 moves. Would you move to Saudi Arabia? If I moved to Saudi Arabia, I'd have to wear a head-to-toe burqa and just not say a word. Okay? I mean, that's the bottom line. And I may get by. Right? But beyond that, right? Rosie in a Dorito bikini. It sounds like the kind of gal that's going to end up being pushed off a rooftop from 20 stories high or whatever, right? How you doing? How you doing, Bubba Bugs? I don't think that I'll be vacationing in Riyadh or a place like that. Okay, I don't think that's really in the. Well, thank you, Even Star. Yeah, I've been trying to refine um, my gang girl motif going into some. I'm looking to be a survivor. Okay, I'm looking to kind of blend into the new world order, and I think black's going to be the go-to. What? I think black is going to be the go-to motif for the future. Edamame is soybeans. Yes, it is. When they're served up in a Japanese or Chinese restaurant. Yes, they are. And good to see you, Mouse Toad. It's exactly where they crush the oil, and you can trade soybean oil futures. You can trade soybean meal futures, which end up being sometimes cattle feed and refined into products that go into food. Or you can trade the bushel. You can buy a 5,000 bushel contract on the Chicago Board of Trade. You can pick the March, June, November delivery, whatever you'd like to have, priced accordingly. No, you don't have to take delivery of the commodity. You can sell it before the exercise day, okay? Or you can arrange to take delivery in a USDA certified warehouse where they'll gladly charge you X dollars a day to store your 5,000 bushels of soybeans while you figure out who in the hell is going to buy them from you. Okay? There's a new world order, yes. Thank you, Brandon. Good to see you. Craft Beer Pours. Good to see you. Hope Trisha's doing well. Give her a big hug. Yeah, you glad you got 0% financing. Yeah, it's used to make tofu. I enjoy the soybeans that you get in restaurants that they uh, cook them up in a little bit of salt, and I think they're a nice little appetizer. Uh, let's see. I didn't know it was poison like castor beans. Well, it just depends how you eat them. Can you imagine me in a Birkin, my power chair? Freak some folks out there. I don't think there'd be any issue with that. I think that you would probably get on fine over there. It's just, the difference between Middle Eastern culture, for the most part, when you get out of countries like Lebanon and Syria, and you get into the more strict Islamic countries, and of course, it's their countries. They can do business any way they want. I'm not one that says what you should or shouldn't do, but the rights of women and the equality of women becomes very, very shocking, and I think women in society is probably the greatest clash point of our cultures and things, because you hear a lot of stories about what goes on. I'm thinking of taking a job in an aspirin factory in Damascus. Seems like it's a safe job. I can't even whistle till you hear that whistling. Good evening, Mike. What's going on? Not a lot. Boiled peanuts are tasty if you treat them. I love roasted peanuts. Give me some damn Virginia peanuts roasted up, lightly salted. Woo! I love that, man. The Virginia peanuts. Nice, nice, nice. Now you're talking about good eating. When you're talking about some nice hot nuts. Let's be real. There really isn't 0%. Well, they just sometimes it's imputed into the price, but sometimes if they need to move some inventory, you can get a zero. You can get some zero interest rate. I mean, let's face it, car dealers are always. It's really hard to beat a dealer, right? Let's be real. Let's be real. Always on the Florida Georgia line, boiled peanut stands. Hey Eddie, how you doing tonight? Good to see you. And Jennifer N, good to see you. So you jump with that. Woo! There we go. Made that noise. Thank you, Seven Moves. So just be aware. Keep an eye on the interest rates. Look at a chart of long-term 10-year yields, and you'll be stunned to see this 40-year fall. And we could potentially be reversing that. Will that be for the long term? I don't know. I just don't know. It might be a short-term trend, and then everything goes to hell again, and then rates go down to zero, or we get negative interest rates. Who goes? You weren't ready for that. Ooh, yeah, I love cashews. They tend to be a little rich, and a cashew's not really a nut, is it? It's something else. It's poisonous, right? It's got to be processed the right way. I mean, nuts can be fucking deadly, right? Pardon my language. I've been watching too much Gordon Ramsay. God, I never heard a guy cuss so much, right? On a TV show. I thought Bourdain was delicate when he dropped an F bomb here and there, but man, you watched Gordon Ramsay uncensored. I've had Texas Roadhouse. I've had the peanuts and all that. It's pretty good. I've enjoyed that a lot. I've enjoyed that a lot. Roasted chestnuts, I had them for the first time over in Hong Kong. They were very nice. You would see them on cold winter nights from about, I use cold loosely, although we had ice in Hong Kong before, a terrible cold spell in 1990, December of 91, January of, yeah, right in that period, January of 92. That was really rugged. But you'd see people with look like little hibachis out there, and they would have pieces of coal in there, and they would have the chestnuts roasting over top of that, and they would sell you a bag of them, and they were pretty tasty. They were, hey, GHSL TV, how you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for the smiles. Well, it's not all smiles today. I'm listening around today, and tonight, and the thought suddenly struck me, and I'm not going to name channels. I'm not going to, I don't do that kind of thing. But I was sitting back tonight, and I was just thinking. I was listening to this gal just go into a total meltdown mode this evening, and I was just like, and then there's other channels just battling, and um, there's so much crazy stuff going on with just doxing and boy boy dramas, and who's trying to make a comeback to the Boyd, and I thought to myself, wow, I hardly even recognize YouTube anymore. Isn't that a weird thing to say? I sat here tonight and I said to myself, I really kind of hardly even recognize the YouTube that I live in today and that you guys come into is so radically different than it was when I came in late 2012 and 2013. It's kind of like night and day. And, I'm going to be honest with you. Yeah, I'm reminiscing my days as a Chinese spy. And I'm going to be honest with you. It's, I'm a little sad. I'm a little sad. I'm a little sad tonight about the state of YouTube and the state of the platform. And I asked myself two questions. I asked myself, number one, is it me or is it the platform? Okay, because sometimes you can be like a rock in the river and the river just moves around it. Still, the answer to that's really known to me. Or am I just getting sucked into more communities that have merged together here on YouTube? Because it's kind of, it's exactly right, Scottish, and it was overwhelming tonight. I went into a chat, and I'm a lurker. I don't like. I'm not going to be one of those people that goes into a chat. Hey, yeah, can I drop my link? Hey, everybody. I never really liked that. I never really went for that self-serving kind of thing because you don't really have any bearing. You don't have any standing. You don't have any time into those communities. You're literally a nobody in those places. Not that I'm somebody here, but I like to just tune in once in a while. And, I'm kind of enjoying this interview with this gal that's gone on tonight. And all of a sudden, that son of a bitch turned on. turned 180 degrees in the other direction, and there's this poor gal gone into total meltdown mode. The guest had been booted off the panel or whatever. And I just thought, holy smokes. Yeah, when you could, the best. Oh, well, thank you, Jennifer. YouTube has become, there's a lot of very good RV communities, but drama, I'm out. It's, maybe the pandemic changed a lot of things because people found themselves with more time at home and more time at home. I don't think G will mind me talking because I've known G for a lot of years. I've known G since this will be the 6th year I've known G Mangos, and it does get to a point where you do live streams for a year or two, and no matter how hard you try, you're inevitably going to have conflicts and things like that. They're going to occur. Why? Because you put the same people together in the same place every night of the week or every other night, and inevitably things can take a nasty turn, and things start to break apart and splinter and things like that. So it's been tough. Not be a part of now. Pain and yeah, Mouse Toes, you can feel the anxiety and the pain in this stream now. And I'm worried somebody's really going to get hurt on here. Wow. I mean, like I said, I keep my mouth shut because I don't have any right to speak up in anybody's stream. I mean, if it's a like a fun stream, or somebody's checking bank rolls of $50 for silver, or silver searches in quarter, I might, hey, how you doing? Yeah, I used to do that. Really? That's cool. Bye. Desperation for sex, huh? Yeah, everybody rev low. Everybody seems to go for the donut worry. I'm in with the heavy. I'm getting myself aligned for the social order meltdown when the when the bees destroy their own hive. Use the word hatred and just the intense dislike that some people have for other people. What happened? Are we off the air? Let me see. Am I on, or I think I'm still here? I don't know. It died. I'm back. I think I'm back. Am I back? No idea. Am I back? I don't know. It just like cut off for a minute. I don't know what the hell. Yeah, I'm back. Isn't that weird, guys? It said like the friggin' live stream ended. The hell? Jesus, I'm telling you, there's a freaking global meltdown coming. I'm telling you guys. If you're a praying person and you're a God-fearing person, it may not be a bad time to seek reconciliation with God, or reacquaint yourself or reaffirm yourself in that regard. That's the weirdest thing I have seen in years. I clicked over to the YouTube side and it says live stream ended 9 seconds ago, and I'm back on the air. I'm back on. I gotta have a fucking drink tonight. I'm sorry. I'm in meltdown mode tonight. I am in meltdown mode. Oh, God. Really? What are we gonna have? Passion fruit tonight? I've hardly had anything to drink. God. Back in black. I want my baby back. The broadband is acting up. It's a mess here. I don't know whether it was earthquake today, Chris, but I felt that today. But total solar flares. They were talking about what was called a Carrington event. And hi Vicky, and I'd heard that before. It was like something that happened in the 1850s, and it was terribly disruptive to the early pioneering electronics and electrical industry at that time. It was some kind, I don't know what it was, a solar flare or something. So I think we're supposed to have another Carrington event or something. We're teetering, man. We're teetering. I know, that's what I'm telling you, Doug. That's what I'm saying. Beware of your equities. I've already put the word out about that. So, I don't have, I don't, I'm basically out of that stuff. I can't deal with that. Must be a conspiracy. I didn't know whether the earthquake affected. Got to drink water. Scottish, I've hardly, what did I had? I think the last drink I had was in Vegas, right? What the hell? I hardly, man, I used to pound the drinks away here. Are you mad at me, Scottish? Are you mad at me, honey? Got to drink water. We are teetering, man. I'm telling you, this, I got a feeling in my bones. I got a feeling, do 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 do. I get a feeling in my bones, guys, that there's some kind of weird forces at work right now, right? Raptured before me, I'm going to be really, really, really mad. Yeah, I lost my power. Just cut out the other day and then it just flashed right back on. The veil is thinning. Lynn, you're scaring me. Don't say that stuff. And then put that ghost image up on the camera. Come on, see, now I can scream at home. Missy Jen's not around, right? Rosie, were you screaming last night? I don't know. I didn't hear anything. I might have been playing a movie in the living room or something like that. I'll send you another email. Only if it's good news. Am I an alcoholic now or something, Scottish? Or am I in trouble? Or did I do something wrong? There's a place in the sun and there's room for everyone. Alexa started talking out of nowhere. Yeah, I woke up in the middle of the night and the damn computer in the kitchen it all of a sudden I started hearing like I don't know who it was, somebody's hang at. It was really loud in there, and I'm like, Jesus, I'm so lucky. I got burglars here that are YouTube fanatics, right? They're coming in to listen to YouTube while they're gutting the house out here. The damn thing kicked on itself, and that's a computer where you got to push the it's like a desktop. You got to push the damn button into the thing. It's like, ooh, ooh, and I'm looking out to my left and right, and I'm wondering where these thugs are hiding in the house, and why they're listening to MFW, and CERN has been thinning the veils. Oh man, please, sugarcane, don't talk about that. Okay? Oh, that's good, Scottish. Okay, all good. So I can't take a bad email anymore. I can't take it anymore, right? Yeah, it's getting on to Friday, and if you haven't hit the thumbs up button, please do so. But man, um, it's almost getting scary out there now. Not in terms of personally for me, but just the level of vitriol out there on the streams. You got such very strong people in some of these camps leading some of these chats, and so it's kind of spooky because with you don't want to say with authority, but with leadership comes responsibility, you know. And I do think that there comes a point where uh, maybe you should be inclined to back things down from maybe a 5 alarm inferno, maybe back that down to maybe a 2 alarm inferno. And there's I don't want to call them circuses, but this is like a multi-ring circus. There's so many things going on at one time right now that I found myself today like, man, I just have to slam this off for a little while. This is, and I'm a pretty well balanced person, and I thought this is starting to affect my mental health, right? And I had to think to myself, have I ever seen YouTube in the state that it's in today? And remember, I'm embarking on my 8th year here, and I'm blessed or cursed with a great memory. And um, as much as I enjoyed live streams and things like that, I think that the creation and evolution of live streams um, and a lot of social medias, I sometimes wonder the effect that that's going to have on us mentally, being over invested in these situations and feeling like we have to choose sides. And let me play that. And my sister will drop into Teresa's room. Are you okay? Yeah, a lot of creepy stuff is going on. Yeah, I thought, yeah, Trump was out, calm is coming, but gas prices are up. So do you guys get any of that feeling at all, or maybe I'm maybe I'm just hypersensitive to the long haul of YouTube and things, and just um, I don't want to say thing about other chats. Pardon me, I just had coffee before I came on with cream, so that always dairy. I got to cut that out, but. To whip people into a frenzy, and I hope to God it's not just for views and things like that. I hope that there's a human dimension of caring on top of that. And sometimes I worry if a passion for a cause starts to move into whipping people into frenzies and just pushing people to do crazier and crazier stuff. I worry about that. Yeah, I used to be able to, yeah. Or as my friend Hipster Heaven says, this is why we can't have nice things on the board, right? We do need a lot of laughs, and that's why, yeah, I don't know, the world hasn't been right. No, I sort of peg it as 2020. I remember being pretty happy all the way through June, July, and then I started having pandemic. I came home like, God, Rosie's a social person. I can't hang out with people, and I'm fire trucks running around, and I'm torn between travel and shelter and place. And really, 2020 is the year that I saw YouTube change a lot. And those trends of behavior and things have really accelerated coming into 2021, and it's a little bit worrisome. You feel the same, Bug? I know you're probably sensitive to that, and I know that you're not a person that makes decisions lightly about where you're going to spend your time on YouTube, and just I don't know, right? Views are good, but that's why I've started to veer towards less live streaming and more like content and more trying to find things to give everybody a laugh in the morning. I'm trying to kind of move in a counter direction to that. A lot of people are taking mental health breaks from YouTube, mainly to drama jazz. By the way, I'm not involved, but I say I don't know, Jennifer, and I see them stacked to the roof in there, right? And it's I don't want to offend anybody, but I'm just saying it's like some of the stuff is so bad. There's literally people that are foaming at the mouth, and there's doxing and people's records being brought out, and streams being run, and then they're deleted when the dirty deletes and things like that. And I'm just like, wow, you know. Yeah, Miss Quirky Girl was gassy. Remember that? Huh? How you doing, Brian? Health-wise, you have a consistent dark or light-colored urine. What does that mean? I would say it's consistently light. I drink a lot of liquids all day long. Hey, Justin. I wonder if Rev Lowe is a physician in hiding in here. So I've never had any PP problem. It's always been consistently the same through my through my life. It's not different drama all over the thing. Same thing to monotonous. Hmm. I find it bit Blackbird is talking about writing a book about urban metal detecting. I don't know. Does the guy even metal detect? I don't know. I didn't pay money order. I didn't spend that much time with Blackbird. You know, he was nice to me. He's kind of in a different world. People forget who they are, where they're from, and the struggle is all about. What the struggle is all about. I mean, I don't know. You know, I have all the photos and things, and all the years of experience of metal detecting and the proof. So it's just a question. Ooh, pardon me, just a question of time. Oh, well, thank you, Dan. The man says, I checked out your video on Circa, gave it a thumbs up. Thank you for the content. Well, thank you. I thought that was a great stream. It was worth the $10 to get into the swim stadium there. It was pretty damn cool. That's why I find it curious he doesn't. Well, I don't know. I mean, I can speak from a lot of years of experience of almost pioneering urban metal detecting, right? Since at least 2008, right? My 13th year of urban metal detecting, and I've found everything from Rolex watches to gold chains and all kinds of crap. Yeah, people feel restrictions from the mass to socialize freely. Yeah, Barb, I think so. Rosie on the Trulies. That's what's I'm only going to have gum. When are you cooking again and what's on the menu? I'm not sure. Maybe I'll do a kitchen stadium on the Saturday night. I've not been grocery shopping in 1 month. Okay, because my diet's been very slim based. You know, I have Ezekiel bread in the morning, and then maybe a piece of fruit for lunch, and then a salad with a couple eggs, maybe some ramen noodles once in a while, something like that. So, but I'll tell you, listening to these streams tonight in particular, it just seems to me that a lot of people may be kind of skating close to the edge on some of this stuff, and wow, it's just blew me away. I mean, every direction I look on boy, I look over in this community, multiple things in this community, multiple things in the Boyd, and it just seems like a lot of people were just getting at each other's throats and stuff, and it's a little worrisome to me. It's a little worrisome to me because it almost looks like battle lines are being drawn, and I just don't want things to just evolve where a lot of people get hurt and things like that in these communities. Oh, all of a sudden he wants to write the book. Well, talking about it and doing it are two different things. So, Friday Bourbon approaches. Good. So I don't know if hey, thank you, Canadian girlie. Good to see you, beautiful. I hope your recovery is going well. So I just don't know how you guys feel or if you've watched it because it has filled a little bit of my time. And I've told you guys honestly that I'm interested in the sociology of group dynamics. I love that. I'm interested in macroeconomics or markets and the economy in a big picture way, not mom and pop's grocery store, right? And I'm very interested in social media from a sociology point of view to see how people come together and what drives them apart. And I think this pandemic has really taken a toll and started because of the length of it and the fact that we're not living in 1918, where life was arguably a bit slower paced. Um, I think people's changes are more dynamic, they're more rapid now. What the hell, all the fire sirens are, I guess the neighborhood's about to burn down. So Susan says, I agree with you. They're talking about blowing up the Capitol. God. I'll tell you, they start talking about blowing up the Capitol. I swear to God, I'll move back to China. I'll move to China, right? I have the right to I have a right to live in Hong Kong, and I'm gonna get the hell out of here, man. If they start doing that crazy stuff, I'm at the door. I'd rather be digging a new canal in China with a teaspoon than be a place where the violence quotient gets so high. Can't wait till the next metal detect. Let's find another barber half. Rich, we're not going to find it here. We're going to find it in LA for sure because I've pulled up a lot of good coins in the little areas that I walked around there. It's been pretty damn good hunting when you brush aside all the dog shit and the sofas that are sitting outside and stoves and all that kind of crap. I've not seen Nomad Land yet. No, no. Yeah, thumbs up or appreciate. I'm just trying to keep my nose clean and chat. I've been shown. Well, you've been welcome back here. Yeah, the world it's turning a little tough out there. I'm not going to bullshit you guys. So we just got to continue to do our thing. We've got to stick to our basic natures. And I think I'm more committed than ever to try to keep things light, keep things happy, keep things informative where they need to be, keep things opinionated, but keep things respectful. And when I first went solo in April of 2019, after giving up the 2 years, over 2.5 years of the chats, maybe it was even longer, more years that I did it than that. And I went solo, and a lot of people were very mad about, Rosie going to have panel chats and do panel. What's going to happen to the panel chats and things like that. But I actually think it kind of works to my benefit to kind of be just solo, where things can be moderated and things can be, we're never going to have to worry about having a brawl or, we don't have the drama. But we do have the fun. Hey, Dreamcatcher, how are you? Took me 5 books. Hopefully, I'll become a published author. Oh, there you go. Creek Don't Rise. My favorite movie of all time would be Gone with the Wind. Great story, well written, outstanding casting, outstanding uh, cinematography, tremendous breakthroughs in technology of cinematography and special effects, things like that. For that reason, and the enormous scale of it almost puts Cecil B. DeMille to shame. The scale of that movie was just epic. So that's my favorite. It's my favorite movie. Oh well, thank you, Rich. I like detecting too. Yeah, 10,000 people died building the Great Wall of China. They're actually entombed in the wall itself. They've had projects before, like digging the Grand Canal of. People don't know that China has a big canal system too that was uh, dug, and I think hundreds of thousands of people died on that project. I mean, everybody gets issued one teaspoon, right? Just digging away at the canal. Yeah, I think so, Rich. Sensitivity of insensitive people. I'll never go with that. Tater tots again. Yeah, the Gone with the Wind house. They have the, excuse me, they have the mansion that they used in Georgia outside of Atlanta that they used for the exterior shots. I think that would become a bed and breakfast or something like that. And I know the studio where you see Selznick's studio, I know that building is still there, where the sign's kind of waving in the breeze at the beginning when they opened the movie, David O. Selznick Studios. Uh, yeah, we want life to move forward peaceful, but the problem is we've had a lot of years of relative peace. A lot of years without a really eruptive war, a lot of years without a dire economic catastrophe, a lot of years without a pandemic, 100 years, right? Well, sometimes the stars can align a little bit and we get a bad confluence of events. So the wall is the only man-made object that can be seen from space. And I've walked the wall many times out there. Ba Dao Ling out in outside of Beijing. They'll take you out in a taxi or a bus, and you'll pass all the souvenir stands, and you'll walk up. You'll be able to see the Ming tombs, and then you'll walk up to what you believe is the Great Wall, but what you're actually going up to is a reconstruction that was put back together because large sections of the Great Wall were destroyed over the thousands of years with invasions by Genghis Khan and other warriors that broached the wall, took parts of it to build other highways and other things. So you ain't really walking on the real Great Wall out there. People don't like that when I tell them that, right? Oh, that's good. That is good. There are 7 books in the Library of Congress that are bound with human skin. Yes, may I help you? Do you have this book here? That one? Yeah. I kind of called ahead and requested. You said I had to come down here and fill out the card, and then somebody would pull it from the stacks. Yeah, could you wait here a minute? Yeah, the good earth. That was a good one, right? Would you wait here for a minute? I'll be right back. Somebody here for the human skin book again. Yeah, the good earth was a pretty good movie too, so I don't know. You like the megalithic structures in Peru. I'd like to see the pyramids in Egypt, but if you don't stand in the right place to take the picture, you're going to get the KFC and the subways behind it on the road. Right? It's going to look like shit. Yeah. Yeah, could you just wait right here? I'll be right back. I paid $3.39 a gallon. Yeah, put the skin book on the. Let me put that on the hold list when that comes back, please. Right? Oh my God, you guys are too much. Man's inhumanity to man. What lessons of history that is. So they have a skin book and some Cecil water, please. Yeah, God. And I have a sleepless night thinking about showering and anybody for tea, right? The Cecil water, God, that poor girl. Crazy. Far out in the hinterland, it is 1939. It is barely a line of sand. Yeah, metal detected abandoned farms looking for old coin. What I like to do, T-Bear, is go into very urban areas because people rarely detect in urban areas because number one, you encounter a lot of people that you can have negative uh, encounters with people that believe that the plot between the street and the sidewalk is theirs, which it is not. But for the most part, they're responsible for maintaining that. That's number one. Number two, sometimes you risk life and limb out there with some negative encounters, and I've had a few wolf whistlers and let me see your titties. I have a lot of fun videos up metal detecting showing guys trying to pick me up. It's just crazy people that come up to you and do things like that. But nobody detects those areas. Everybody's at the high school. Everybody's at the park. What the hell do you really think you're going to find at the park, right? Just saying, right? Pyramid on Las Vegas Boulevard, Port Cheryl. Depends if it's foreskin, huh? Foreskin in 7 years ago. You really enjoy metal detecting beachfronts. That's cool. That's cool. So I guess I feel a little more cheerful tonight. I was temporarily depressed when I was listening to the chat stream tonight. And, watching somebody go in, change from doing an interview to just a meltdown mode in a matter of seconds. It was very disconcerting um, to me. The Ministry of Truth. How you doing, Patricia? The anti-farm field, when the crops are growing, the roots push up the corns, but don't let the farmer see it. Yeah, I don't think I want to do that. I don't think I want to go doing that. Gone now, got to be better for the U.S. and the world. Well, there were certainly, ladies and gentlemen, we have to have the expectation that after quite a few years swinging to the right, we can certainly expect when times get stressful, that people's expectations of government goes up and you start to have the pendulum swing to the left. How far left will it go? Just depends how far radicalism carries us. So, Simon, how are you? Thank you. Good to see you, my friend. That's when you say now it's time to stay away when it causes the depression. I'm not going to say the name on here. I don't really want to do that because I don't want to highlight anybody, but many of you will have seen that tonight. I'm not being snarky, but I don't like to speak about and identify other channels. I'm just trying to give you the example of how sensitive the topics are right now and uh, how hair trigger people are. Hope for the best, prepare for the worst, and stay away from the negative people. How you doing, Jay? Yeah, we're close to 100 thumbs. If you could hit that thumbs up button, it'd be great. Justin said, I believe the Bible talk about these times. I believe so too. I really believe so too. I remember the Bible spoke of a time when people would no longer be able to tell right from wrong. Right, and that's pretty. My father used to say that. And I used to, this was 30, 40 years ago, and I just think to myself, it sounds kind of dumb, right? I mean, everybody would know right from wrong. Now I'm not so sure today, and I don't know. You never know what's waiting out there in the big universe. Hey, what's that thing hurtling towards us? It is imploding. Okay, Dave, good night. Good night to you. Yeah, good night to you. So let's just talk in generalities, Rich. Okay, 'cause I don't like to highlight things because I'm not involved in those communities. And as I told you, when I go over there, it's strictly to listen and not to participate. I'm not a clout chaser. I'm not somebody that feels the need to drive myself like a wedge into a community for attention. If I don't have standing, I don't comment. I just listen. So, but I'm just very particular about that way. Yep. How old are you? Old enough, Bella Boo. How old are you? I'm 39. Why don't you come up and see me sometime? Hmm? Ah, what's up, Double Shot? How you doing tonight? So we're just theorizing a little bit here. I'm just talking about stuff. Yeah, I feel great tonight, Jay. Tell you, I felt like shit the day before yesterday. After getting that shot on Monday, Monday night was a barn burner. By Tuesday afternoon, I felt pretty good. Wednesday, I felt, pretty good enough to get back to work here. I'm trying to really clean up the place and get streamlined because I'm going to be down at the boss and Janet. So I want to make sure that I got everything all squared away up here. Being a fundamentally decent person is hard enough these days. People have been bored during the pandemic, and social media has been a widely increasing net. It's been gathering in more and more people of all age groups because of the low cost of it. Right? It doesn't cost you anything really to be on YouTube and participate. And in a lot of ways, it's more compelling, but does more compelling necessarily mean it's healthy? When I see people in meltdown modes that are so invested and so hair trigger, I worry just on a one human being to another human being level. I'm concerned that maybe they're going down a place that could be disruptive to their private life. Right? We've seen a lot of private lives impacted by YouTube. Would you guys agree with that? We've seen relationships become threatened. We've seen certainly seen, and I can't put it on YouTube and stuff and social media, but we've seen really the toll that it can take on a personal life on YouTube, because it almost is, as Bergs used to say, it can become, you can become addicted to it. And the only saving grace for me is that I'm much older, right? And I already have my responsibilities behind me. But I think if I was a young person and overly involved in some of the drama to the point that it starts to take a real, starts to override everything else in my life and becomes the daily sort of got to be there, popcorn and soda in hand, then, you know, Houston, we may have a problem. What's up, Jackie Blue? How are you? Thank you, Jamester. It is real, Rick. I've seen it in my own community where over, like I say, the saving grace for me is that, you know, my responsibilities are behind me, and you know, I'm on the older end of the spectrum, which I like being on, by the way. But if I'm younger and I have families and I have relationships and things like that, I think it can take a very, it can put a very high stress level, especially if you become a person of note within a community, what you might call a keystone member of the community or something like that. Because now they're achieving some of the rewards of that position, and it becomes even harder to, you know, to pull back from that. So I worry a little bit about that. Made people afraid of each other. I'm doing good, Nancy. How you doing? Yeah, fake news stirs the pot for rating. Yep, we sadly saw Missy Jen pack it in after the E-Man, who will go unnamed. Missy Jen had planned to pack it in for quite a while, Bellaboo. Long before you ever heard about it, the day that it happened. Trust me. And Missy Jen and I still communicate, give hearts to each other on a daily basis. She has big responsibility. Vivian, thank you. Is it Australian 14.99? Thank you, sweetie. Well, thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you, Vivian. Lighten it up tonight. Thank you. That's just my observation on things tonight. There's not there's not really one single person that I dislike on the platform, so I want to put that out because a lot of these people I don't know in some of the other communities. But you know, when YouTube affects you so hard that you have a meltdown, maybe it's not bad to take a little break from it, kind of step away and you know, spend time with family and stuff like that, because I think family can suffer as a result of that. Yeah, I'm glad cell phones around. Thank you, Simon. I'm glad cell phones weren't around too much when I was Well, she's gone, Bella Boo, but neither one of us are sitting around crying tears. I've moved on with my life. I'm happy. She's happy. People get together and they break up all the time, Bella Boo. You seem a lot more fixated on it than I've been. So, you know, but it is what it is. I think to calm the world, they need to take the internet down for one full year. I like her too, Bella Boo. Right? She sends me a heart and a message every single day. We all like Missy Jen. Missy Jen's had plenty ample opportunity to dump on me if she wanted to from the security of thousands of miles from me. But I haven't heard any negativism coming out of her. Just saying. I'm going to get one more of these. I think I'm going to do the watermelons now. I'm going to treat myself a little bit. If I were a rich man. Boo doo boo doo boo. Boo boo doo boo doo. La ba da ba. Well, you'll get over it, Bella Boo, because you can follow Missy Jen on the channel, and you won't miss one thing that she puts up there. How did I just knock off the table here? I don't know. Oh man, let's see. She has a change. She still puts up on videos. She still got my mug and my videos up there. Hey, let it go. What's going on? It's late, huh? What's going on, everybody? Let it go. Let it go. Hmm. I watch your thanks. I never implied she was naked. That's fine, Bellaboo. We're not going to make you the object of discussion tonight. You're welcome to be here. Just let me leave you with this assurance that Missy Jen and I get along great. We'll always love each other dearly. You should hope in the world to see so many people. It's people that go their separate way that have so taken the high road and not spoken one negative thing about the other. That's a pretty good track record around these parts, I would say. You know why? Because we both come from a place of mutual respect. Maybe because we were raised right. And as the old How to Win Friends and Influence guy, what was that book called? Dale Carnegie. Number one rule: I will not speak ill of any man. That was his greatest rule. It's a good thing the two of you belong together. Though I know that has changed. Well, it has changed, right? And we're both at a very good place right now. And the fact that we communicate on the daily, never missing a day, is proof positive enough about our relationship. Yeah, like the close. We were basically sisters for a couple of years anyway, and living well. But there's family dynamics going on with her that some of you are aware of, and some of them aren't. She's got a lot of responsibilities on her shoulders. So, and others going into personal lives. Yeah, we don't go into. So you were tearing into the personal life there, Bella Boo. But you're just here to troll tonight because I've never seen you on my channel before, much less Missy Jen's channel, and I read all of her comments and all of her stuff. So basically, I've concluded you're just here to troll tonight, but that's fine. Be nice, troll in that way, and we're all good. Yep, we don't go into real lives. course, no, neg. I don't even know what that means for you. But have a good night, Bellaboo. Is that beer light or non? This is something, Joey D. This is called Truly, and it's a hard seltzer. Will I ever buy it again? No. I'm rarely drinking alcohol these days. These are 100 calories, and I'm still watching. This is 5% alcohol by volume. And will I have it again? No, I don't enjoy. I really don't enjoy fruity kind of drinks. So I don't think I'll be buying them again. Yeah, I think Jackie Blue. We both handled it perfectly, right? We only had one dope that was hoping to make hay out of it, and he got defeated, right? So um, obviously, he underestimated our nature and our personalities and our love for each other, which will never change. So, what's up, Hop Frog? How you doing? What's going on? Watch your toes tonight. Watch your toes tonight, there, Hop Frog. You don't want to end up in the hot pot tonight. The frog's legs, right? I've been in a really Gordon Ramsay mood lately. I've really had this urge to kind of F-bomb, right? Too much Gordon Ramsay episodes. Oh, bloody hell. Go punch out, fuck yourself. You don't belong in the kitchen, right? I have to laugh so much. I can't let this guy influence my mind too much. Froggy from Little Rascals died at 17. He was hit by a car doing his paper. Isn't that sad? Yeah, it just shows the nature of it shows the nature and the fragility. Like, yeah, just hell, I really look like a biker chick tonight, don't I? There we go. Put me on the back of that bitch seat. Let me be your hood ornament. I told you guys before I'm getting ready for the Mad Max era, right? Going across the desert at high speed on the Desert Rat four-reelers, right? Boy, oh boy. Mikey is David Blake, right? You look more like a mobile wife or a mob wife. Huh? I'm going to get out of here in a minute to watch Hell's Kitchen. Don't watch Hell's Kitchen. I like Kitchen Nightmare better because that interacts with people that aren't professional chefs and stuff, and that's pretty damn funny, I think. But watch what you want to watch. He is priceless. He's the guy I love to hate, but I like to watch him. You know what I mean? Because people love to see somebody. Yeah, I feel like a mob gal, like I should step out of the Sopranos or something. Oh, you never come home no more. I make this make your favorite. Look at I make the meatballs. I got the lasagna tonight, the gnocchi just the way you like it, nice and soft. It ain't soggy. And where are you? You're at dicking off. You're at the Bada Bing Club. What do we got? What am I gonna do? Fungula you. Come and pick me up, Joe Pesci. Like to try the food he cooks, then throws at him. But I'm going to tell you this, and I told you guys, I hinted at this last night. I do my research on people. Okay, and in real life, Gordon Ramsay is kind of a dick. Okay? And he's a very tough guy, but I'm not going to go down the path of the restaurant side about staff because they're guys, and remember, this is still a profession. It's very dominated by men, as you see in these shows, in these kitchens for the most part, especially when you get up to chef level, at least at that time. And most of these guys, they would give their left nut to be able to work with Gordon Ramsay, and they understand that if they can survive with a guy that's that demanding and is that tough, And if they can take that for a few years, they're going to carry those lessons with them into their own restaurant. Remember, he trained under Marco White, who was the one time the only 3-star Michelin star chef in fucking England. That's who Gordon Ramsay trained under. Okay, and for a couple of years he only got the 2-star, and finally he made the 3-star. But the point of it was, he said the best thing in his life did was he trained under this guy because this guy was so damn tough. And anybody that trained under Gordon Ramsay or worked in his kitchen would be such a driver of quality that they know the training is going to tough. It's the same like being a Marine. Fewer called, many are called, fewer chosen, right? So that's a good thing. But the weird thing about that, the really strange thing about he's the best, man. Who else has 8 Michelin stars? Come on, let's be real. And there's a reason that you get to be the best is that you got to be hard driven, and you've got to plow a few people under on your way to drive towards perfection. But there are people that'll seek you out to train at your side and be belittled, bashed, humiliated on a daily basis. But yet, after a year, 2 years, 3 years, they can walk into any restaurant in the world and they can say, you know what? I was the petite chef under Gordon Ramsay at XYZ at Gordon Ramsay restaurant in London. There's the keys to the kingdom, man. Right? You're on your way. Imagine that. What a resume to build there. But the thing is, and here's my critique of him in his shows, he'll go out when he's done the kitchen makeover. He'll simplify menus and things and try to get things reduced to more simplicity in the kitchen. And then he'll go out and distribute flyers or stand at a train station and give the food to people to try that are getting off the commuter trains. And he'll pack up the place for a week or two. But go look down the list. Pandemic aside, pre-pandemic, look at how many of these places closed and gave up the ghost anyway. Okay, which proves to me that Gordon Ramsay is incorrect in a lot of ways, that he puts quality food at the top of the list. Why would I say that? Because people really aren't raised on super high end to appreciate super high end cuisine. I remember when I was taking my first marketing class in my master's in business administration course, and my economics, I don't guess it was economics or marketing. And the greatest lesson I learned from that marketing class that I took was when the professor said, there's no brand loyalty that a dollar off coupon can't overcome. Okay? And that really stuck with me. That at the end of it all, when we're in normal financial times, which we haven't been in recently, people are going to be pretty value conscious for the most part. And I also remember the famous Rockefeller, who coined the expression, if you cater to the masses, you live with the classes. If you cater to the classes, you live with the masses. And I found that to be very true. So, did his methodology achieve success? My answer would be a resounding no. Was he excellent in his own kitchen, in his own restaurant with 14 tables, so he had 45 covers to do in a night? Yeah. Okay. But it was a lot of failure to recognize the demographics, the people that came to places, and this overarching feeling that people will pay for high quality. It's not necessarily true. Most people will just want a filling meal at a decent price. The chef, that was Emeril Lagasse. Bam! Right? Ramsey came to my show in town, did his show, basically ruined the spot where I played dress, had live music. Well, that's what I'm talking about, Jamester. Right? Then I came to realize the point of the Ramsey Kitchen Nightmares was to get in there, do a short-term fix, shake up the staff, and have their hair standing on end in the kitchen, scare the shit out of people. And then, because of all the attention that Gordon Ramsay is in town and he's doing his change, he could get that short-term burst of business that might last maybe 6 months or maybe a year. And then the novelty wears off and then you're right back down to basics. But I defy you, as I did, go down that list of Kitchen Nightmare shows, season 1, 2, 3, 4. Go to the restaurants that are featured in there and go to the updates on those restaurants. And I guarantee you, now you can say a lot of them were going to fail anyway, probably so. But remember, this was supposed to be a turnaround show, and I would say that probably 80% of them are long gone on there now. So, Benny with throws through fast, all including washing pots and pans. Bam, that's it, Riza. I would not put up with the abuse. I would put up with the abuse, and perhaps, and I'm going to sound really super freaking sexist here. Ladies, you might want to tune this out for the next minute. Okay? I think when it comes to top level restaurateuring, now I can't say this locally because remember, I've been to the French Laundry. Did I eat there? No. I couldn't even afford to eat on the doormat outside the door to go in at $260 for a set meal. Okay? Right? Not going to happen. But I was a window licker looking in the big plate glass windows at the kitchen. There were a lot of gals working in there. Right? But that's a big scale operation with very expensive covers. It's booked 6 months ahead of time. But the average of these kind of restaurants that are run and that Gordon Ramsay works in and his own restaurants, you'll see that it's predominantly men in there. And I think that men have an ability maybe to take abuse a little more without going in a meltdown mode on a short-term basis. Okay, I've seen guys cry on this show and be in the alleys weeping like babies, but I'm just saying. They understand it's kind of like the Marine Corps, where you just have to put up with it to earn your wings, so to speak. So, do you or anyone here know how to stop someone from taking garden statues from a locked backyard? What you want to do, Patricia Wakefield, get a string line of Claymore explosive devices so that when somebody comes over your gate, they hit the tripwire, and the last thing they ever see on planet Earth is an exploding piece of statuary before their eyes. Probably, basically, the problem will be solved at that time. Yeah, there'll be some paperwork, there'll be some explaining to do to the authorities, but there won't be anybody nipping statuary out of your yard anymore. 269 chicken nuggets, that's what I was saying, Sawyer, but I don't afford that. Hey, McDave. Jackie Blue, I need to correct you, honey. I have never eaten at the French Laundry. I tell you, just put French Laundry into my search box and you can see where I drove. Maybe Missy Jen was with me or maybe not. We drove to the French Laundry and I performed my usual duty of being a window licker only. Okay? And I asked to be able to look around a little place before dinner service start. And the woman's, I don't think so. I never ate there. Okay, I just did a video walking around the grounds, and it's the most unassuming damn building you would ever want to see. Okay, there's nothing really fancy dancy about it. Okay, I'm just saying, Jackie Blue, there's no way on God's green earth that I can, maybe once in my lifetime, if I happen to book it 6 months ahead of time, and it's always anytime the new booking month comes up, it's gone within minutes. Maybe, maybe once in my life I may go eat at a place like the French Laundry, just like once a year, as you guys know. I plus you, we treat me to a higher end hotel when I travel, right? And I'm so happy I'm jumping up and down on the beds and stuff like that. I'm not used to that stuff. I never want to get used to that stuff. Okay? You guys know I'm in the spicy part of life, at the low end there. But it would be fun because Thomas Keller has 4 Michelin stars, 3 for the French Laundry and 1 for his New York restaurant. Gordon Ramsay, last time I checked, had 8 Michelin stars. Okay? Unprecedented. But the thing that Thomas Keller does at the French Laundry is he gives you 7 courses. And in those 7, and your drinks aren't included, by the way, in that $260. It's probably more now, the set meal. He does not repeat one ingredient more than one time in those dishes. Think about that. No ingredient is repeated in those dishes, which you got to be a pretty damn creative person to change up that menu and stuff. Yeah, Spaghetti Factory, why the hell not? You're going to leave the French Laundry. I'm going to leave the California Hotel $9.99 prime rib special with the salad bar, the prime rib, the baked potato, the green beans, and the cherries jubilee at the end for $9.99. All right. You're going to have your $265 with drinks. You're going to go out the door and tip. You're going to go out $350 at that door. Okay. You're going to go out $700 out that door as a couple. I'm going to be leaving to California like Uncle Joe Carson, like Uncle Joe at the Shady Rest. Feel like I had a pretty fucking good meal. Right? You're going to feel like you had a pretty friggin' good meal. The difference between you and I is, though, that I'm going to have the $340 in my pocket that you're not going to have in your pocket. That's the difference. But we're both going to be rubbing our bellies with glee. All right? Sorry, not sorry. No food in the world is worth that for me. The experience, yes, of seeing people act like assholes a little bit, but it's fun. Have you ever dined at Jacques Le Boat? No, I haven't. I don't know what the story behind French Laundry is. Yeah, I'm going. Oh, fuck. Excuse me. I'm like Gordon Ramsay. Christ, I've got to go to the P.O. box tomorrow. I've got to apologize. I just have not trained myself to go up to that box. 2 sisters went to the casino tonight. Big sister one night. I don't know how you do it, Charla. Your family is so blessed. Le Cirque is good. That's good. I mean, I got Cheryl in the chat. Cheryl comes down to Vegas. She works hard, right? She's a hard-working gal up in Canada there. Her ass has been pinned to that house for a year, all right? And she's window licking, right? She's reading the news. She's slobbering on the window, right? There's drool running. That she can't wait to get back to Vegas. She ain't gone to the California Hotel $9.99, which is now $11.99 prime rib special. For her, it's a treat. It's a rarity to go down there once a year or so. She's going to go top drawer. She'll go to Gordon Ramsay. She'll go to Hell's Kitchen. She'll have a good time. And you know what? They will put a real quality meal in front of her. with the absolute best preparation on planet Earth. And I admire her for doing that. I admire people that are so successful in life and so refined in life that they can appreciate something like that. I can't. I can't appreciate things like that. To me, a nice juicy hamburger with a tomato, a little bit of onion, lettuce, ketchup, mustard. Mm. I put it on the equivalent of foie gras, whatever the hell, the press stock or whatever the hell they're putting out there. I am kind of wound up tonight. Yeah, I'm all pissed off for typing H, but I know I'm sorry, Mary. And I haven't seen it. It is what it is. Jacques, I enjoy the Pete LeBeau. I know you've been, I don't think so, Hot Frog. I can't even pronounce the place. What's up, Manic? Shit, I can't even pronounce the place. Okay. Okay, normally Cheryl goes 4 or 5 times a year. Are you kidding me? You don't tip in Canada? Come on. Is that because, I don't know, is it imputed in the bill? Right? I mean, you take Simon. I visited Simon in his beautiful hometown with his beautiful wife, and I didn't give a damn about the food, right? It's the company, the company, the company, company. There's certain people they're destined to be gourmands. Okay, the people that enjoy eating the highest style in the world, and there are people that'll pay for that, obviously, right? But that's not catering to the masses, and that's where Gordon Ramsay kind of falls down a lot. Okay, you can put food on the plate that people are incapable of appreciating. All right, think of Uncle Joe from the Shady Rest. Right, what is this? A bug on the plate? No, Joe, that's something good. Mr. Haney, how are you? Right? Nothing fancy, but always fun. Yeah. I'm not pissed, McDave. I'm just laughing. Yeah, I can't believe people don't tip in Canada. Really? I think people tip in Canada. I'm at Cecil Hotel in my most naked city in Las Vegas. Yeah, Sharon, talking about food, and I'm on the second day of a 3-day fast. I'm hungry now. I've been doing good. I'm maintaining. I'm doing good. I'm watching what I'm eating. I'm not. I'm trying to stick with some good eating habits now, so I'm good. I need that final 5-day workout of the bosses of all out gut busting, up and down, off the floor, down, up, yelling, yes, screaming, up and down steps and all that. I need that final push to get into my final body shaping challenge will be complete at that time. Everything is quality versus quantity. Uh, yeah, I don't know. But for me, I don't know. I'm looking to have my belly filled up for a decent. I don't want to get poisoned. I don't want to get sick. But based on some of the incompetency I saw on Gordon Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares, uh, even on something that's a little higher end place, you could get the guts kicked out of you. Cooking shellfish that's already open, like mussels, and I mean, it's just like really food dropping on the floor. Really. Yeah, the most random things come. I know, Jackie Blue, it's a curse of mine. Help me, Jackie. Put me into the Gordon Ramsay confessional. Bless me, Father, for I have sinned. I've worked with Gordon Ramsay, and now I have the foulest mouth in town. So I've heard, my child. Who is this Gordon Ramsay? Well, step out a minute. I'll show you on my phone. Bloody hell, you fucked that up. Take off the fucking day. Man, oh man. I want to have more for life. I don't want to be a pig, but somebody like Cheryl can appreciate fine dining and the whole dressing up, the white linen service, the linen napkins, and all the perfectly set settings and things. I mean, I don't want to sound barbaric, but so much of that is just lost on me. I mean, I had plenty of business lunches over the years that were hoity-toity, and Hong Kong presented some of the highest service in the world over there for sure. But I'm just saying, it's just kind of lost on me, right? Gift of gab is a fine thing. I get food poisoning from the most expensive meal, seafood meal I've ever had. Uh, because Jody, you don't know what the hell, you don't really know what's going on in the kitchen. But I can tell you one damn thing. In Gordon Ramsay's kitchen and in his restaurant, and if you trained under this guy for more than a year, if you survived it, and you didn't get your head punched in. Thank you, McDave. It's pretty gorgeous. Good reason to jump. Continue to love the channel. Thank you, McDave. I appreciate that. $4.99 for McDave. If you survived it, you're not going to be the person that drops the food on the ground, picks it up, and puts it back on the plate. Okay. You're not going to be the kind of person to tolerate going home at the end of the night and leaving a dirty grill. You're not going to be the kind of person that puts hot food into the cooler until it's reached food room temperature and wrap. You're not going to tolerate. You'll have zero tolerance for that stuff. Okay, that's the advantage that you get with, you hope, with a lot of chefs that operate on a very, very high level. We wear jeans to steakhouse. There's nothing wrong with that. I think it's French Canadians like Quebec that don't tip. If they do, it's in like words of wisdom. What does that mean? Here's my tip. Always carry an umbrella if it looks like it's going to rain. Oh, merci, monsieur. Merci beaucoup. Pour le tip. De gratitude. Merci beaucoup. Get the fuck out of here. The dining, got the experience of fine dining. Good thing once in a blue. I wouldn't know, Riza. I can honestly say, in my whole life, apart from Hong Kong, which was incredibly boring, either business, lunches, kissing assholes, asses to keep their business or gain business, or evening banquets and things like that, business stuff. I've never done a fine dining experience. I've never in my life, I think I would just pass out if I saw, if I thought I'd have to pay $250 for a cover to get out of a restaurant. It's just like, because in my mind, I'm thinking, shit, I could have bought, a month at the shitbag hotel somewhere for that. Yeah, tough training, but good work ethic. World Trade Center several times. Joy festive. I don't know, Hop Frog. You're way over my head. Yeah, I'm doing okay. I'm normally I feel out of place at 5-star. No matter how good the food is, that the experience makes me feel uncomfortable. Would you guys agree with this hypothesis? Cheryl, I want to ask you a question. Cheryl S. Cheryl, when you were growing up, how many brothers and sisters did you have in your family? I'm just curious. Hey, Bree, how you doing, beautiful? From burgers to seafood, that's it. I'm just curious. And I think I'm just calling Cheryl out. I'm just going to try to see if my theory holds any water here. Just curious how many people are, how many siblings she had growing up or whatever. So, Lambert throat rolls. I also enjoy having In-N-Out for dinner and then throwing 500 into a slot machine. God, 500 fucking dollars. One brother. Cheryl, do you appreciate fine dining? Simple question. Let me refine that a little bit. Do you purposely seek out fine dining? In other words, would you eat at Hell's Kitchen down in Caesar's Palace down there? Would you, I know you can kick ass at just a steakhouse or something like that, but would a couple fine dining experiences be on your agenda? I'll wait for my answer. Okay. Do 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 do. I'll be leaving Rosie Channel. Well, you come back whenever you want, Jay. Your family here. So, Water spoken like a Baltimore native. That's right. We're waiting for the 2 minute delay to Canada here. Did the Napa Valley was really good. That was years ago. We found out the chef that day was from the French Laundry. Nice. Oh my God. Cheryl, are you going to answer my question? God. Or am I going to have to take your wrench? You don't have to take it. Throw it and hit you at the fucking. Oh, hit you in the head with it, Rosie. Lay off the Gordon Ramsay. Please repeat the question. Are you a person that consistently, when you travel, will seek out, let's say you're on a week vacation, will you seek out, and I know it's a rare thing, will you seek out one or two fine dining experiences on that journey? Well, wait while you touch yourself. Yeah, do you appreciate? Well, I think that she does, but I'm just curious. I'm trying to make a connection here. And the delay is bloody awful. Imagine if you had to teach a college course and you had to wait for the delay. Mm, mm. Uh, Here we are. We're all on pins. Hot Frog, I don't even understand what you're talking about, man. The Chef Boyardee, right? Am I going to get through this thing tonight? And then Cheryl just disappeared. Sorry, I lost my connection. Holy crap. Are there any other fine diners out there? We traditionally like to enjoy at least one meal per trip. That would be a good thing. That's a vacation thing. Now, what gives you the ability to appreciate that? Now, I don't know if you grew up wealthy in Canada. I don't know if you grew up of middle class or modest means or poor. I've no inkling of your background or anything like that, but I'm just saying I grew up in a household of 11, 6, 9 people, 6, 7, 8, I have to count, 9 people. Money was like squeaky tight, especially in the early days, right? Very difficult. So I think about the way I was raised, and the point I'm going to make is the way I had to break out of this. For the 17 years that I was home or whatever, Monday night was hot dogs and beans. Okay. Tuesday night was chicken with maybe a baked potato. Wednesday night was a pork chop, something like that. Thursday night was always spaghetti. Friday night was fish. Saturday night was hamburger. And Sunday night would be like a round steak or something like that. Now, every damn year, it was institutionalized, high volume, banquet style, get it out, move it out, eating. Once a year, the family would go out to dinner. Once a year, and we would go to Peter Pan Restaurant in Urbana, Maryland, closed now, where they had beautiful Southern style. They still have the Capote Tree, the sister restaurant that's down in Clearwater, Florida. But it all started at Peter Pan in Urbana, Maryland. Other than that, imagine going 17 years or whatever, and that's all you know. All right. it's very difficult to then break out into a culinary world where you can start to appreciate. You got no concept of quality. You got no concept of wine. All you know is locally brewed national beer or whatever. I would say that people that come from large families of middle class means have a very difficult time connecting to the world of fine dining. I would say that for the most part, if I had to guess and do a correlation coefficient or a correlation between fine dining and how you were raised, and I noticed you had one brother growing up, I would say that people that had smaller families of a little better financial means were probably better able to acquaint themselves with, you know, at least the beginning training aspects of fine dining and things like that. But I think when I came out of my era, where we had very large families, I had two best friends. One was one of 14 children, the other was one of 15 children. And the one with 15 children, the girl was in law school while the youngest one was in diapers. Okay. And my family had, we had 9 people, right? And you couldn't afford to take, there wasn't any such thing as fine dining really at that time. There was celebration dining, but we never got exposed to the market just wasn't there. I think for fine dining. I don't know if you guys agree with that theory or not. Like I would be very curious to know how many siblings Gordon Ramsay had. Now he was a footballer. He was a soccer player. But he got cut at 19 because he just wasn't quite good enough. He was just ready to sign a big contract and he got cut. He wasn't quite good enough. I know I've seen his sister on one show. Okay. But I have to wonder myself, and I need to go back to research what took him from footballing to studying under Chef Marco North, the first 3-star chef in Britain. Very interesting. Yeah, I think because of size, it makes it easier, and you have a much more developed palate. We never had wine in our house growing up. It was always beer, and maybe you'd have some kind of weird sauterne or something at Thanksgiving. I don't know, but we're sneaking beer and bourbon and shit, right? When my dad left, we ate brown gravy and white rice one day and tomato soup, and the next day my mom didn't have much too. Well, that's what I'm saying, Jackie Blue. Stony Jenkins, that's cool, the culinary art thing. I think I would have, he has one brother and 2 sisters. So I have a difficult time understanding his pathway to, I saw his mother on one show and his sister, and his mother used to talk about how she used to have to hold his hand on his phone when he was training under Chef, uh, Marconi or whatever the hell his name was, North or whatever, the first 3-star chef in England. And he would be bitching and moaning about how hard it is, right? But that being hard ass drilled it into him. Just wanted to pop in and say I think you're beautiful. I think you have winter was. Oh well, thank you. I've enjoyed binging on some. Oh well, thank you, Adrasti. I hope I said your name right. Thank you very much. What a nice compliment. My mom fixing us graham cracker with vanilla frozen butter bread with sugar and cinnamon. We thought that it is a treat. It was just a different era. I don't remember at my time. I mean, you had Maison de Marconi in Baltimore, which was a very fine French restaurant, but I can't really think of one place that would be considered, super high dining. Maybe some hotels like the the Belvedere Hotel on Charles Street or something like that, or the Lord Baltimore Hotel, or you might have that. I don't know. It's only when we had this boom of the last 20 years or so that we've had this easy money era where we've grown this fine dining edge that I would argue might very rapidly disappear. You never know. So we'll see. My parents divorced when with mom. We was driving with my dad. We didn't. Okay, Cheryl, I didn't mean to pry into your life. Got injured. Well, I saw something, yeah, and he just got cut. You know, he just didn't make the grade. So, but good night, Justin. But how do you connect footballing to pursuing being a chef? I'm imagining he went to chef school. You're not going to be a top of the line chef unless you've gone to the Cordon Bleu or the Culinary Institute of America at Blackstone or the one in New York, right? Okay, Jackie Blue, take care. I'm glad you had fun tonight, and thumbs up are most appreciated. I'm always glad to spend some time with you guys, and just have a little fun and not get involved in too much of the heated stuff going on right now. It's a lot of fun. Hey, Nicole, how you doing? You know, like I know now Nicole is going through culinary training and all that. So, Nicole, do you know what the bridge was between Gordon Ramsay being a footballer and deciding to pursue, culinary arts? Maybe you know. I don't know. Oh, thank you, Lucky Beans. I'm in my dark biker chick big breastises mode. Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. For the calendar shot. Good, thank you. Like Nicole's like, don't drill me with this shit. I just bloody woke up. Cornholio Blue. That's it. Cornholio Blue. I'm guessing people just have to go with what they love to do. Sometimes things don't make you. You have to go for what does. But Nicole Nicolesqua, see how she decided to pursue culinary arts, and all of a sudden she went from Nicole to Nicolesqua. I'm not laughing at you. I'm just saying that's called subliminal reasoning. That's called a an instinctive response to the future, right? But Nicole, there's a huge jump between footballing and culinary interest. This time, Ramsey's interest had already begun, and rather than be known as the football player with the gammy knee, Ramsey decided to pay more attention to his culinary education, to study hotel management. See, I mean, fucking bloody hell. Hotel management, really? Are they cooking fish in hotel management? La rotisserie de la Peau de Cordon. You notice a lot of Ramsey's kitchens always have these Frenchies come over to. uh, Frite poisson et brute de terre. That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna put out that calendar. I'm gonna try to do that. I'm gonna use that one shot in my onesie that's on my Instagram, and then I'll keep the rest of them kind of hidden. They're going to be a little more risque than YouTube, so that'll be fine. I'm going to work on that. The weather's getting warmer, a little bust out at the pool or whatever. Yeah, I'm going to try to do something like that. Hey, Wade Bowen. It'd be cool to have a restaurant that only sold TV dinners like banquet. I think I mentioned that before, Star Walker. Somebody on my chat mentioned that. Maybe it was you about 6 months ago. Wouldn't it be cool to have a TV dinner restaurant? Like $9.99, man, pick it. We're gonna blast that in the oven. You want the hungry man? It's like $10.99, $1 more. Brother, we don't talk about France. But Nicole, I know you've watched Gordon Ramsay's show. I know he's a legend in the UK there. You look at his episodes. It's his kitchen is dominated by people that have been trained in French and fluent French speakers, right? I'm just saying. Maybe that's one of the keys to success of having a real good enterprise is make sure you load it up with plenty of French chefs, right? More butter, more butter. Yeah, we're laid back. Yeah, I'm gonna get an old. I have an OnlyFans now, but it's not loaded up with anything. To enter catering college is a complete accident. That's what I'm talking about, Cheryl. Look at that, complete accident. And then somebody develops a passion. I mean, contrast that with Nicole. She's talked for years about her passion for first it started as Asian food via anime, and then it went into Korean food to the point she's looking to hump Korean guys, right? I have to make sure you're Korean. But through it all, through that period, there was always a passion, and it began with pursuing Korean food before she ever just decided, oh, well, Mumsy said I got to, I should enroll in something. I could go into auto mechanics, or I could guess I could do culinary arts. There's a passion there. There's a passion there, and it's really weird to have somebody that's like a footballer, a soccer player, and all that just suddenly, like accidentally, they land in cooking. Really? Yeah, the basis of a lot of things came from France. And let's face it, Nicole, English food was horrendous for a lot of years. It was just starting to get good in the early 90s when I would travel to London. The English had a tradition of horrendous food. Okay, and they've come leaps and bounds in Soho and so many places around the UK have become tremendous food meccas now, right? That was raging out because to get out after football. Yeah, I didn't know about that. What did you do today? I did some work today. I looked for you early. Didn't see anything except the. I didn't put up any other content today, Patricia. I'm trying to make a few dollars before I head down to the boss. I think I'm going to be going down Sunday, so I do have a road map now, though. I will be certain level of advanced professional cooker than living more university based on that. Well, that's fine. That's fine. That's good. I'm glad you have your road map. Okay. I think if it was me and I was involved in culinary training, I would try to go to the top. I'd go right into Culinary Institute of America, train my ass off there, beg, borrow to get into Thomas Keller's kitchen or whatever, and then cook my ass off and try to be a top flight chef. I'd go for the gold. I would definitely go for being a chef, maybe a pastry chef, something like that. So, Dolores O'Riordan look tonight, huh? This is my bommy stripper. Do 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 do. Boom, 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 boom. Grammarly, that's funny. Zero, the project has been postponed. Yes, it has, because they're waiting on the tile guy. And if I go down too early to the bosses, then I'm going to be humping toilets around and reseating them and shimming them. I don't want to stick my ass on somebody else's toilet, right? Shit. I'm not going to do that. When that shit's done, then I'll be down on the road. All right? Zero, I have a lot of interest in pastry, is really my passion. That's me. Great pastry in Dunkin' Mills at the coffee shop. I'll check it out, Catherine. My dream was then study under Hector Boyardee, but it wasn't meant to be. Chef Boyardee. I just think the creativity with pastry is just unlimited, man. And it's always such a showcase. And let's face it, a lot of times people are most impressed with the pastry stuff. Everybody's happy to see the dessert coming out and ooh, le flambé, I don't even know what the hell they're, I don't know shit. I don't know a damn thing, guys. It's just a lot of fun. I don't know. Oh, that was good. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been about 2 hours. I have been streaming. People say, Rosie, you always cut the stream short, so I'll give you guys a 5 or 10 minute warning. I'm going to be packing in a little bit. I like my pastry skills. Thank you, Cheryl. It's more a feel for things now. You do so much pastry, you do so much pies, so many cakes. That after a while, you develop like an intuitive feel of whether something's going to work or whether something is going to be a tremendous failure. And the only way that you do that is you keep baking and scratch baking and biscuits and scones and pies and cakes and cookies and candies, and you just keep doing breads, baguettes, Jewish rye. Just over and over. The only way you do things is more. Yeah, I thought Morticia Adams was quite sexy. With real food and living on. Nicole, I go shopping. I haven't been shopping in a month. Swear to God. I haven't. Yeah, my P.O. box tomorrow. Thank you. Yeah, so we'll just wind it down slowly here. So, Riza, always an honor to see you, honey. Always love getting a message from you, your beautiful pictures and everything. You're a really beautiful person. Charlotte, congratulations to your sister. You guys got some really winning ways. Yeah, I've been a pain in the arse in Nicole's world for a lot of years. Starving for sweets. Beef Wellington. You know what I really liked was the chicken cordon bleu, which I made here. I may make it again in Kitchen Stadium, which is quite a challenge to make that outside, chicken cordon bleu. But it was fun. But remember, I'm cooking for one person, so it's, I don't know. Might have to wait. I think Christopher is going to be making his way back to the West Coast. I'm not really sure, so. Yeah, I appreciate that, Reza. You're remarkable, Warren. Throw some vegetables in and an egg. Well, Nicole, maybe I'll do a ramen noodle challenge this Saturday. If you got a recipe for me to spike up, we'll try it. The Nicolesqua Ramen Challenge out there. We'll see. I don't make any promises for Saturday night. Yeah, I am too, Nicole. You know I always loved you, honey, from the bottom of my heart. Never stopped thinking about you. Never stopped watching you. There's no way I can be apart from you for a long term. I'm too invested in your life for too many years. I'm like that screwed up auntie in your life, right? Do, 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 do. The one that wasn't just always wasn't quite right in the head. Jen's birthday, so let's make her feel loved tomorrow, okay? That's a promise. We got to remember it's my lovely Jen. She's probably a little sad and she's clicking the clock from 39 to 40, but I'm sure she's a beautiful person. Yeah, email me a nice ramen recipe. I'll go shopping tomorrow afternoon and pick up some stuff. Gonna name a real star after Jen. Nice, nice. Some girl at the beach invited Chris to her home and his plans maybe to hang with. It's fine. It's cool. If Chris is happy, I'm happy. Somewhere out there, my princess awaits for me. I'm waiting. Bring it on. Bring it on. Bring it on, Joey D. Good to see you. Thank you for coming by. Hi. Hope your recovery is going well, Joe. God bless you. And everything. Yeah, Jen is our baby doll here. So all my girls are young. I'm like the old bat. But I love all my gals here. So, and also Jody Savini, the official thumbnailographer for the channel. Love Jody too. Always my gal in here. Thank you guys for spending some time with me tonight. If you have not hit that thumbs up button, please do so. I really appreciate it. And I will see you guys tomorrow night. We may be out on foot tomorrow, doing a little chooch. I'm not going to get Five Guys burgers. I'm not going to get friggin' In-N-Out burger. I'm probably going to get some Chinese tomorrow night or something like that. I need a really long chooch here. So I think tomorrow night I can almost guarantee you we're going to be on the road. Walking, probably do our first walk up ever, Dutch Brothers coffee and everything else. Love you guys. You have an easy one from BBC Good Food. I look forward to seeing it. Okay, that'll be good. Even a little more complicated is fine. I would like to sort of garnish that. I have the Korean ramen, the spicy Korean, so I can work with the base of throwing away the Korean spice and then just using Knorr chicken powder or something like that. So it's all good. So yeah, Moonchild Pink, thank you. A lot of new people have been coming on the channel lately. Thank you so much, guys. And if you got your channels out here, shout them out. P2E, I know that you make content. Nicolesqua, please sub up to her channel. Very mellow gal. I have a feeling her life is going to become, a lot more colorful coming up with the culinary things and all that. So check that out. And anybody else on there? I know Charla does a lot of content, so make sure to check her out too. So otherwise, have a wonderful rest of your night, everybody. And yeah, see you on the morrow.